Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to show that I got a mic. I'm so happy. Yay. But the real reason I actually decided to do this video is to go over some things that I do not like in BL. The first trait I'm going to start off with is, which is probably the elephant in the room, is the whole abuse the abuse in the relationships and the toxic traits. Like, it's not that I feel like toxic yaoi is bad when done properly. It's just that there's too many comics that I feel like are so popular, but they all rely off of the dominant top, submissive bottom, and then the bottom is just always abused and manhandled by the top, and it's supposed to be I guess sexy, but it's actually not. This is actually really terrifying stuff happening. Typically the uke is just always he's in debt, or he's been coerced into doing these things for this abusive person that's aka the abusive seem was it uke seme uke, oh I can't remember what it was, but basically the little guy is always picked on by the big guy, and I feel like there's too many comics of it and it needs to stop. I know many people have pointed this out already, but I feel like we still need many more people to point this out because I can't. Every time I see a webtoon or a comic, and people always, and it has a good art style, and people always talk oh, this story is so good, you have to go read it, and then I check, and then it starts off with the main character, the MC, who is typically the bottom, I guess, I guess, the uke. He's always the uke, and he's oh yeah, he is in debt, and he's just one eye, just kind of all happened, and now he has to obey the top forever and ever. I'm just what the frick? No, I generally don't understand the whole hype around this dynamic. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people just in I don't know. Actually, no, I actually don't know who generally endures this. I was trying to defend it. I generally don't know. The next point I want to bring up is it goes more along with the art style, but this can also apply to all web comics in general, and that would have to be the settings. Like, I'm not saying this is all mind you, all these the traits I'm about to go into, not all BLs have this. I know there's some happy BLs, there's some BLs that have good settings and stuff. This is just stuff that I hate that kind of turns me away from a BL or just any webcomic in general. But I just decided to rant on BL today because I was watching review videos and video essays about certain webtoons that people found and how it just disturbed them, and I feel like I needed to share a bit of my sense onto this. But back to the setting. Basically, I do not enjoy the 3D assets that a lot of artists use. Now, I do know there are deadlines for comics and stuff, but it's just when you use it in every single panel, and it's just repetitive, it's just wacky, it just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. It just makes me turn away a little bit. Unless the story's actually so captivating to me, then I can get past the art styles and such. It has happened before, but oh my goodness, I know deadlines are a thing, but holy cow, it's and I swear, sometimes I be looking at the background, I'm huh, I've seen this exact dresser from another book, and I'm just so tired of it. Another trait I would also like to point out when talking about BL in general would have to be progressions of the story, more specifically if it was a slow burn or something. Oh, this was part of the reason why I stopped reading Painter of the Night, because oh my goodness, I was reading the whole thing. I forgot their names, but the painter dude, he was still getting abused and stuff, and I don't care if I don't care if the prince dude, I forgot their names. I don't care, but it's just so frustrating. I was almost done with season 1, and I feel like it still stayed very abusive. Another thing I would also like to point out, which is also kind of related to the art style in general, which is completely up to the artist. It's up to the artist how they want their original characters to look. I'm not judging, but I feel it's just how many times we always be seeing dominant, like black haired, like alphas and like these BLs, and then like they have their little mega that has like light hair and something, or like typically looks like a child, which is another disturbing point for BLs, which I think should be talked about in a later video. But I just feel like that these traits are just so like heavily used. I think that's like all the traits I can really think of. I'm kind of doing this without a script right now, so like I'm just kind of like pulling stuff from my head, but like it's it's just stuff I just really wanted to talk about, and mostly just to test out this new mic, and hopefully my phone won't explode when I upload this to YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much it.